looks so much better, you know.
We're all fun. Hey, okay, so we're live. Hang on, what I gotta do? Shoot, the thing disappeared. Oh yeah, I gotta go to Instagram, hit go live.
Today is 24/24. I just realized.
Yeah, it's Willie Mays Day in San Francisco because it's 2424.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Say hey day. I think we're
It's like
live.
Emily's Day, 24/24.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna shoot her a message.
Say hey. I think we're live on Instagram. So
Probably not thought about the date today.
Yep, we are. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Getting ready for the live BOGP open line here in just a second. So grab a Coke Zero or whatever you like. It's my drink of choice. What are you having tonight, Scott?
Just a Diet Pepsi tonight.
Sounds good.
Nothing great. I'll probably have, I don't know, do I want old fashioned tonight? So I had this great bottle that Jody and Tim got me for my 40th birthday.
Yep.
Like I still have it sealed. It's like this nice single barrel reserve, like a few made. I was waiting to pop it open last Sunday, but so got to find another occasion to open. I almost opened it up this weekend because Elizabeth and I had like our date anniversary. But I'll find some reason to open that bottle soon enough.
So that picture you posted on, I guess, was Instagram of your like first date or whatever, dude. That was classic. You look like you were 10. Both of you look like you were 10.
It's funny, man, looking back at those. There's one I like to share. I've shared it enough, so I was like, I probably won't do it this time, but it's one of us like going to like a Pistons game, like because like the Pistons won like the we're there, they're in the NBA Finals the year we met, so like we went to a bunch of Pistons games, and like man, we look like babies, man. It is so insane, like how young we look. Just funny to look back.
Oh my gosh, I just got a thing. You help us confirm you own this Instagram account. Hang on 1 second.
Don't get hacked.
Hang on, they're sending me a text. I got to type in a code. Hang on 1 second, people.
Oh, we're hanging. All right, I'm gonna throw a question out there to anyone that's listening. Pretty sure I know what route we're gonna go, and like I know the Summer Olympics are happening in Paris this year, but should the Gardeners' summer trip be go to Paris, go to France before the Olympics, like 3 or 4 weeks before the Olympics, or do a Mediterranean cruise? That's the question. Which trip should we do this summer?
I don't think I'm live on Instagram anymore though.
There's a lot of pain last week. It's all right. It's just sports, it's just sports. So it's fine. I was fine. It's just sports, it hurts though when you are passionate for it, your city, and you are you routinely are just like the laughing stock of the league. So you finally get your chance.
You were so close, man.
It stung a little bit, but you know what? Like you just move on. It's just sports. It really does not impact my life in any way. That's the way you just got to put at it. You go to work the next day, you crush it. And then you got your family, you just move on. But man, I won't lie though, saying that it stung a little bit.
So look on your phone and see if we are on Instagram. Let me know, folks, if we
3 minutes ago you were, but
I know, see if we are now because I just had to like confirm that was my. Can anybody let us know if we're still live on Instagram? Like as of 6:04 Central. Then we can start.
Hello.
I think we are.
I'm trying to see if I move because of the delay.
I know. I'm trying to see too, but I don't know if that's like if we're live or if that's just showing me the feed. I see that.
Yeah, it's live. It's just like a delay, so it's like a 7-second delay or something.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, cool. That's weird.
It's on.
Okay. All right.
Someone made a comment on there. You are on the gram now. Someone said yes, so you are.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Abigail Bishop.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the show.
You only get an hour though, right? So like it's not going to be the whole.
It says that, but I think it gives you a little bit more.
Buffer.
It said that you only get an hour first, but all right, here we go.
Rondalee, right? Yeah, we have not done either. I know because like that Disneyland hotel looks so awesome. at Disneyland Paris. Like,
Yeah, that does
I
it.
mean, we've quoted it. We had it in the cart, but then I think like, oh, the Summer Olympics, but like it'll be like 3 weeks before the Summer Olympics, but will it still be crazy? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Tough call.
All right, here we go. Got the computer going. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP open line for Sunday night, February 4th, 2024, 2424. Welcome to the show. We are going to be opening up the phone lines here in just a second at 407-413-9395. It's 407-413-WDW5. Yes, we pay extra for that vanity phone number, which we never tell you about. We're going to have a good time talking Disney tonight. Of course, I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com. And of course, one of the senior citizen agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. With me tonight, my brother from another mother who took the night off last weekend, but would have been better served hanging out with us here on the show. No, it's just football. It is just football. And we're taking off next Sunday because, of course, it is Super Bowl Sunday. We're not going to, we know better than to take it, to go against wings and pizza and all the good stuff, no matter where your allegiances lie with football teams. It's a night to watch this halftime show, the commercials, and eat good food. If nothing else. Scotty G, what's going up in Michigan? Glad to have you.
Mike, happy to be here this week. Sorry I missed last week, but I got to see the best part of the game for me personally during the hours of the live show. So it worked out well for me. But we actually saw the sun this weekend in Michigan, which has been, I don't think I've seen it all month. Granted, I've been at Disneyland and Walt Disney World several days this month, but my first time seeing the sun in Michigan this weekend, took advantage of that, played some disc golf today, Mike. It was nice. It was like in the 40s, so it was nice enough to play some disc golf. A little chilly, but it was nice to get some steps in, throw the arm around, hang out with my brother, so some good bonding with my brother, and we had a good time.
I'm going to love it tonight about 2:30 in the morning. This was your first disc golf in
the season since probably October or so. Yeah.
So tonight, at 2:30 in the morning, when you're like, Charlie, or cramp, shoulder, because we do something like that. Yeah.
Right shoulder's going to be hurting a little bit tomorrow. But it was crazy because it was muddy, because we've had snow melting and it was just super muddy. So some of those, I was nervous on some of those throws, you don't want to really plant your feet, because I could just see myself falling in the mud or sliding and ripping my pants or something like that. But no embarrassing moments were had. So it was a good time.
Got to know your limits, man. You got to know. In the way the Olympics are going, I mean, they are adding kind of these recreational games. I mean, by 2032, you could be an Olympian.
You will not see me. I am not good at disc golf by any means. It's just fun to hang out and get some fresh air, though.
I played a ton of disc golf, right out of college, because it's a great sport, right? Because if you have a disc, you can go out to the park. If they have a course, you can play that for free. It's poor man's golf.
And you're walking, exercising, and all that. It's good. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Poor man's golf. I like
it. It is. I mean,
those disc golfs. If you lose a disc, I play at courses where you got to carry 250 feet over water. I'm just I don't even take those shots. I'm nope. I'm gonna drop it over here because there's no way, because I don't want to lose a $20 disc either.
Well, so here's the thing too. I mean, again, talk about me being cheap, and that's kind of the theme of the show for the past 15 plus years, is that there was a really nice course at a county park right near where I lived. And so I play it all the time, probably 4 or 5 times a week. And people would lose their discs in the woods because this course meandered through some woods. And so I would always find these nice discs that people would lose, because I knew where people would tend to hook it on this dog leg and stuff. And so I go back in there every time I went through, and I find it maybe once a week. I find a disc, and they're, like you said, they're $20. And so I never bought a disc. I just used everybody else.
There you go. Well, in today's world, people like to put their phone numbers on there and say, if you find this disc, call me at such and such.
Oh, do they see nobody put their names on these? I was MR. I put my initials on it and good to go. Anyway, so we are going to talk Disney tonight. We had a show on Friday all about pizza, and Scott was all over me because pizza is his middle name. It is not Michael.
Actually, my brother wanted to name me Pizza. That was one of the name options. That Pizza Gardner, and that's a true story. I mean, he was 7 or 8, but still, I could have been Pizza Gardner.
I mean, it's a good name. That'd be solid. I mean, nobody else, unless I mean, plus you're almost from Detroit, like pizza, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing right
that's
there.
right.
Right? I kind of thought about that when we did the show last week. It was like pizza. I was like, oh, that's kind of Detroit thing. So anyway, let's talk a little pizza. We want you to call in and join us at 407-413-9395. Tell us where you get your favorite pizza around Walt Disney World. Where's the most underrated pizza? Where do you tend to go for your favorite slices? Table service, counter service. Scott, you probably heard the show. You were in there as we were recording. What did we miss? What did you want to champion when it comes to pizza?
I will admit I caught in and out because I was out and about like doing stuff, so I didn't fully hear the episode. But I'm sure you guys did a great job covering it. I'm sure you talked about Via Napoli as an obvious one.
Half meters to
love the half meters.
Whole meter.
I hope you talked about California Grill. I don't know if that came up.
I don't think we did mention California Grill. We did talk about El Molino though.
Okay, El Molino, really good pizza for sure. But California Grill, so before the prefix days, where they kind of changed like the 50th anniversary menu that they had, that was the best pizza you can get at Walt Disney World. I mean, it was the best. Always order it as an appetizer for the table, because you wanted filet and fish and other things there too. But their pizza was just the absolute best. It really was. And then came the prefix menu. They went back and I think they turned it into like a duck pizza because it used to be like an old fan favorite. So that was the only one you could get. But that duck pizza is really good too. I think I was actually going to search it right now. I think that still is the current offering that they have there, but that's really good. So don't overlook the California Grill pizza. It is really great.
See, I would never, this is just me. I mean, I've never even heard of a duck pizza and I would never order a duck pizza. I mean, duck pizza.
It's so good.
Kind of describe, I mean, obviously I don't know what duck, I've never had duck, but I mean, what kind of
the pizza's different now. They don't have the duck pizza out there. So they have some interesting types of pizzas right now. They have two different ones. Like broccoli is on one. Like I don't even know if I would count that well, there's veggie pizzas, I guess, out there. But this is like broccoli and bacon. Interesting combination.
Combination. Yeah. It's definitely not a veggie pizza, but I mean it's half. It's like it's going half right down the middle.
Yeah. Try to read Forno getting some love in the chat too. Yeah. Like we've done that before. You and Wade split a pizza, remember? That was so good. Yeah.
I really like pizza though. I've had many times and it is rocking at Trattoria Al Forno. That John Price in the chat, that is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're talking the same thing here, but we used to call it like the hot pocket, right? Or the calzone, the pizza calzone. It was like King Triton's because it was back when they had the character meal. I had that three times one trip. That thing was so good.
Marathon weekend. It was 2017. Yeah. We stayed at
the boardwalk.
Yeah, the half marathon was canceled. Man, we ate there. I think 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, so good. I will say, I think I saw this in the chat when you were recording that episode. Don't overlook Pizza Rizzo. I know it's just like a simple counter service, like frozen pizza.
Yeah, I know you're right though. But ahead.
Like something about it, like what we do in my family, because this is kind of weird too. I know Pizza Rizzo doesn't get that much love, but I love sitting upstairs. It's nice and quiet, air conditioning. But what we'll split a pizza and their meatball sub. Their meatball sub is like really solid, actually. I really enjoy that. So it's a nice cheap offering. You get a little pizza, you get some meatball sub, and then you get the nice peace and quiet and relaxing up there. So that's a go-to for me. But I could talk pizza all night. I'm sure people want to call in with other things, but Walt Disney World pizza, I will say, has gotten better over the years. So there was a time where I just thought it was not good, but I think they're doing better. I think, and you're seeing it coming up in more and more places too.
No, I agree. And so with that, because the thing is, really, you can get pizza many, many places around Walt Disney World, and you're really not going to get a piece of pizza that you don't like. We didn't really even talk about Blaze. Like one of the places that I was really excited when it came around was Blaze, and I haven't been there in years. But the thing about Blaze, I think when they came, the gimmick was, and it's, of course, it's everywhere. There was a Blaze right by our house. It came and went. It's gone now. But I was super excited. Like, we got a place just like Disney Springs, and it only stayed in business for like 3 or 4 years gone. But the trick was, I think, that you get your pizza and they'd fire it like in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a Subway. Like
there's a lot of places that are kind of popping up like that.
Yeah, I think we have a place called Mod. Mod. I think we got, but tell them what you want on it, throw it in there, you're done. You customize it, but it's cheap. I mean, for Disney prices, it's cheap, it's quick, and it's customizable. And I think those are 3 things. If you have kids, because kids are gonna like pizza. Because I mean, like, pick a kid, cheese pizza. You know, if you got somebody like me, meat lovers, or whatever, you can get all kinds of stuff. And Blaze seems to be always busy, but again, I just think for me, there's too many other good places to eat at Disney Springs. That's why I never go to Blaze, because like I'm not gonna probably get not that there's anything wrong with the pizza. It's just too ordinary. When I'm on vacation, there's too many other prime targets at Disney Springs to waste a meal on Blaze for me.
I think another great option too. Not sure if you talked about this one. So it's on the Skyliner. So we talked about this in an episode recently, you, me, and Ricky, about where I asked you guys your thoughts on the counter service in Hollywood studios. So say you want to take a break from the studios, go on the Skyliner for a little bit if that's your jam. Go to Primo Piatto. Amazing flatbreads there. Do like a flatbread and salad combo with 2 or 3 people. Like you will be thanking me. I love the flatbreads at Primo Piatto. Basically.
Yep. And I got feedback on that we missed that. So somebody mentioned that right after the show via email, and I was like, yes, Primo Piatto pizza for the win. Because I always think about what's the thing that I love?
Oh, the burger. Well, it used to be like the Riviera burger, but it's just I think it's just called the burger now.
What's that other
at breakfast? The Monsieur, what is it? I'm drawing a blank. The breakfast sandwich, right?
Yeah, the huge breakfast sandwich, got like the egg on the outside. Anyway,
the Madame Croque Madame.
Croque Madame. That thing is so good. And then Vera Mike Croydon Creations, that pizza does look rocking there. Every time I want to get that slice, but I don't. I should.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the Creations one is really good. Like I had that recently, and I was actually really impressed by it. One that I don't like.
We have a caller. Hang tight. All right, caller. Hey, who's joining us?
Hello.
Who's this?
It is a name in Minnesota.
Hey, what's up? Alexa. I'm not going to say it because I have one over my shoulder. Just it doesn't have a screen, but I'm sure it's listening in right now.
Hello. I missed the beginning, so I don't know if there's a specific topic for the evening that I'm like ruining.
No, go. Hey, it's open. It's open line. It's all about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, I went to Disneyland Paris over the summer, and I just have not been able to call back and call in and talk about it until now.
Well, Scott's looking for some place to go this summer, and he was just talking at the very beginning about looking at Paris, and he was looking at the new hotel that reopened, and he was talking about Paris. So this is perfect timing.
Excellent timing, yes.
Great. Okay. So this was just a day trip. Like didn't stay overnight at any of the hotels or anything, but did do like a park opening until not park closed, but it was still a pretty long day. So saw most of the things that I wanted to see. Although I will say it's not. You should do more than one day because it was. I mean, we did not do everything, and some things had to be like cut for time.
So give us the highlights. So like if Scott were to end up there, which he's still looking maybe a possible Meg cruise, maybe Disneyland Paris, he's got all kinds of stuff on his plate. We're talking about in the pre-show, but what would you say if he ends up there, he has to do like definitely non-negotiable have to happen.
Okay. So my general impression is that I do think, I mean, I've just been to the US parks, but I do think that the Disneyland Paris is the most beautiful of all the parks. And it was really nice to see how lush everything was. And I thought that many of the rides, I was not expecting this part, many of the rides that are the same from ones that are at other Disney parks, I think are particularly well done in Paris. And I don't know if that's because they were like done later, but I would actually say that you have to do the Haunted Mansion there, and you absolutely have to do Pirates in Paris. And those were two that I thought, I mean, I've done them before. How different could they be? But I thought they took like what's already a good ride and just made it so beautiful and like so full, if that makes sense. Like it really did seem just like, I don't know, newer and like plus.
Yeah. But that sounds awesome. So you said so Pirates, were there any other, like, did you do the Big Thunder out there? That one is always one that interests me because isn't it like on its own island over there?
So the track goes like it starts off in like their Frontierland, but then it kind of goes onto like a separate island for one of those like, big turn sections. I will be honest and say that I had heard so much about Big Thunder as well, and so I was so excited, but Big Thunder is already my favorite ride. And so I didn't really think it was like that different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had heard like amazing things, but I didn't hear that much about Pirates and Haunted Mansion, and I thought that those two were like more special.
And isn't Haunted Mansion over there? Isn't it Phantom Manor, right? That's what it's called over there? Yeah. I've heard that's really awesome.
The story was totally different.
Yep. Yeah.
It was scarier.
That's awesome. That's cool though. I mean, I like it because you're right. It's kind of whimsical, Disneyland and Walt Disney World.
Alexa, so what did you think about the food? What did you think about the food offerings?
Easy with the word there, man.
I think probably in between. I think Disneyland in California has the best food. Like better than Florida. And I thought we were like, we are going and we are seeing as much as possible. So we didn't do any sit down. So I think that's a totally different experience. But like, yeah, I thought it was like pretty good, but I wasn't like blown away. I will say another highlight though is I forgot that Space Mountain is totally different because it's like the Jules Verne.
Mm-hmm. That looks cool. I've seen the pictures with that like tube on the outside kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have like a over the shoulder restraint because it goes like upside down.
Oof, nice.
It's kind of more like a rock and roller coaster, but it's Space Mountain, so that was excellent.
Man, now
sounds like you got to get a passport, Mike, and make the trip.
You took the words out of my mouth. Sounds like 2024 is year to get a passport. Actually, my wife's working on it, so yeah, we are getting passports.
And when we were there, it was the 30th anniversary, and they had all these, I don't know, whirligigs is the best way I can describe it, but they had all these like metal kind of statues of different Disney characters, but they all had some kind of like spinning or twirling piece to them, and they were all over the park. So that was really lovely.
Disney does those accents really well, because like they did that for the 50th, I think, at Walt Disney World with the gold accents on the castle and kind of around. You know what really intrigued me was a few weeks ago they had somebody took some really cool pictures of Disneyland Paris like in the snow, and I mean there's just something like really beautiful. Not that I'm a fan of the snow, and either Scott, right? Because you were in St. Louis too. Like, snow's cool for like 5 minutes, and then it's just like a nuisance. It's cold, and it's let's get to
the
summer.
Snow in the Disney part.
But it was beautiful.
Intrigues me. Yeah,
it was magical because it was on Big Thunder, right? People were riding Big Thunder with snow on the side.
Yeah, even I think the Disney blog did a whole article about it with like a whole series of photos, and they just looked amazing.
So beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, it'd be cold.
Imagine. I mean, the park by itself. I mean, we were there and like summer Friday. It was really hot. It was really crowded, and it was still like absolutely beautiful there. The dragon in the castle is so cool.
I've heard that too.
That animatronic is like super well done.
That's like a shot at Universal. Not that Universal's like, hold my beer right now. We're cool. but after this week, they're fine. But no, that's the dragon in the castle. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. There's so many. And here's the thing. Like, I'm glad that the parks are different like this. I am so cool with that. Like, I don't want like Magic Kingdom to have a dragon in their castle because Paris has it, and I don't want Disneyland to be the same as Orlando. I want every place to be different because it incentivizes us to all have these conversations and to go see different places and have unique experiences. I love hearing this.
Mm-hmm. And we even, not for nearly as long, we really just went over for like a few things, but we did go to the Hollywood Studios park because I was with a friend that had not been on Ratatouille, so like we had to go get that. But we did. I mean, Crush's coaster. I knew that was like the must do, but I didn't really understand it. And then we went on, and my friend was like mostly humoring me this whole day. And spoiler, the shell that you're in starts spinning, and we both just went, whoa, at the same time. And then we were like giggling the entire rest of the ride. It was such
It's like you sounded like Crush when you said, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, it loads very slowly, and I feel like that's why they haven't put it at another park, because they would have to figure out how to make that like work a little bit better. But that was a really cool ride.
That's good, because I've heard that park is kind of a struggle bus, but I'm glad you had a great experience.
Yeah, the loading is, you think you're like, oh, we're about to get on, and then you're not, and then you can watch everybody get on, and then when there's small kids trying to get on or something, you're like, oh, take deep breaths, it's gonna be okay.
Sounds like a Pixar pal around at DCA for us this past race weekend. We thought we were never going to get on that sucker.
There's a lot of code P's happening that day.
Yes, there were a lot of cleanups. It was not good. Yes. A lot of people riding the spinny buckets that should not have been riding the spinny buckets. That's why I do not ride those things. No, but that sounds fun. So you say everybody should give it a shot, it sounds like.
I do. I've been to 3 now, and Japan in like a year and a half, and so I'll get that one as well. So, you know, hopefully in my life I'll get to all of them. But my favorite is still Disneyland, California. There's just something special about it. But I mean, obviously, if you're in the area, of course you should take a day and check it out.
Now Scott has something to think about tonight.
Yep, definitely do. Lots of things. The Olympics, though, like kind of hurt that theory a little bit, because I just don't know what that's going to do to the area, you know, with the Summer Olympics being there. We'll see. Absolutely.
Maybe 2025.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it might be 2025. Yeah. Right.
Thanks, Alexa. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it so much. Uh-oh.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Mike, you said something though, I say all the time though, about you want each part to be like kind of different, right? Like you don't want the same thing in each one. And like, this is not very popular, but that's how I've always felt about Galaxy's Edge. I really wish Galaxy's Edge just went into Hollywood Studios and never went into Disneyland, you know, because you never got to see Big Thunder Ranch, man. And I loved Big Thunder Ranch. And how often do you go into Galaxy's Edge when you go to California? Like never, right?
I've still, the only time I've been through Galaxy's Edge, I don't even know what just happened to my computers. They just totally, hope everybody's still here.
Yeah, you were froze there for a little bit. Yeah.
My computers froze, and like all of a sudden now the brightness changed on all my monitors. So I hope we're still here. It looks like it's still recording. I apologize. I don't know what happened there, but the only time I've been through Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland is when we ran through it during the races. That's it. Right. Yeah. I've been there twice. That's it. Because I mean,
it's cool to have both options, I will say, but like I just wish I could have done. I would like more different things to do, right? I want more land. So like have Big Thunder Ranch out of Disneyland and have Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. I just kind of, I don't know, like it just kind of bugs me. It's like almost like the same exact thing on two different coasts, and I felt like that was a little bit too much. But that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm because I used to think, oh, well, it's kind of cool because that way you get it either way. But yeah, I'm totally like with you now that I just want different experiences. You know, like I don't mind that we have 2 Space Mountains, right? Because they're different.
They're different. Yeah,
it's Space Mountain, but they're very different experiences. Even the Haunted Mansions are different. You know what I'm saying? Like
even Mad Tea Party is even a little different. I mean, you're in a teacup and spin around, but the vibes are different in both. You know, like it's just yeah.
Okay, here's another thing I want to ask about. So you can give us a call 407-413-9395. This is, come on, be on the show. We need to talk to you. So 407-413-9395. It was great to talk to our friend A from she used to be in St. Louis. I think she's now down in Houston. She's all over the place. But I was thinking about this the other day, footwear when you go to Walt Disney World, because there was a picture of Jason Kelsey this week going around social media. And I think I see it in my feed all the time because it's where my 2 fandoms cross paths, football and Disney, right? And it was like, he wore a Mickey Mouse shirt to Walt Disney. Well, of course he wore a Mickey Mouse shirt to Walt Disney World. He was at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, why would you not?
I got a call though. Did you see that too, though? Did you see that
No,
picture?
I didn't see the picture.
Anyway, it was a picture that just kept saying he wore a Walt Disney World. He wore a Mickey Mouse shirt at Walt Disney World. Well, no kidding. I mean, he was going to Disney. Like, was he going to wear an Eagles football jersey? It's the Eagles one, not the Chiefs guy. Anyway, we got to hold that thought. Hey, who's joining us?
Hi, this is Abigail in Maryland.
Tonight is the ladies that have names that start with A show. Thanks for calling in, Abigail. Appreciate it.
Hi. Oh, it's so great to speak with you guys. You are just the best. I just love tuning in and listening, and hearing your shows every week just kind of keeps you feeling in the magic. So thank you guys so much for everything you do.
Thank you. That just you just made my week already, and it's only Sunday night. That means a lot. So glad to have you. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, so my family and I, we are going on our first Disney cruise in a couple of months. And I am curious, from all of your cruise experiences, what is the best way to spend your first day on a cruise? It just feels like on face value that it's a little bit of madness because you're heading to the port, you're getting on the ship, you're figuring out what to do and where to go. Like, how do you guys even begin to make sense of the first day of your cruise?
So you just nailed it. So you're talking about like embarkation day, right? Like the day
exactly,
that you get...
Exactly. I'm already like, okay, and then the room is open at 3:00, and then you gotta get lunch at some point, and then there's the pool and the shows, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, and then you don't know what dinner you're having that night. I'm like, oh my gosh. What do I do?
So yeah, and I can already feel kind of a little bit of stress in your voice because it's your first time, so you don't know how it's going to go. And because the thing is too, I can tell you this already, and I'm going to let Scott take this because we do it very much the same. But I'm going to tell you, in the back of your mind, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I hope my luggage shows up at my room, because you're inevitably going to see everybody else's luggage outside their staterooms, but you're going to be missing a bag. I'm just going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you from experience, Mike's always arrives before me. We're always next door to each other, and his is always before mine.
I'm just saying, inevitably, either everybody else's bags are going to be there, or you're going to have every bag but one. You're always going to have like a luggage in the back of your head, like this ship's going to leave without either all my luggage or one of my bags. They're all going to show up. Even they're on the boat somewhere. You're going to have your bag. So don't worry about this, but you're going to worry about that as a first time cruiser. Cause I still worry about it. And I've done like 20 because I'm just psychotic like that. They've always been there. Anyway, just don't worry about your bags. So Scott, she nailed it though. It is kind of chaotic because everybody's on the ship and everybody's amped up. Everybody's been looking forward to this cruise for, 2 years, and everybody wants to get rocking. Cause this is like, it's like the starting line of a marathon. Everybody wants to just grab this cruise and just get rocking, but everybody, 2,000 people at the same time. So Scott, tell us about like arrival on the ship and getting going? Because we do almost the same thing.
Yeah, arrival on the ship. So what I recommend, Abigail, is to have at least someone in your group of like have a day back, because what if you want to change into a swimsuit, right? And go in the pool or go on one of the slides. So I like to have, but I don't want to have like a lot of bags, because you're going to want to, what ship are you on, by the way, Abigail?
The Wish.
The Wish. Okay. So you're going to want to, and especially on the Wish too, because you're going to go up to the market, right? Why am I forgetting the name of that market? Marceline Market. Thank you so much. So that's going to be where most of the people are going. You're having lunch, whatnot. And I will say it can feel a little crowded in there, right? You got to like Mike just said, everyone's boarding the ship. Everyone wants to eat, right? Because that's what you do when you're on the ship.
Exactly.
So, but you don't want to have like all these bags and you're like knocking people down and all that. So I like to have like one member of the group like have one bag to like change into if you want swimming and all that. But like definitely go upstairs and get lunch. It might seem a little stressful. You feel like you're going to want to eat super fast because you want to explore the ship and all that, but just like kind of take it in, relax, and just, kind of talk with the group and like get a vibe of like how things are looking. Like, do we want to change into our swimsuits? If it's raining, you might not want to. So some of the weather might depend on some of the things you're doing, but everyone is in the same boat. Well, literally waiting for that luggage. So just relax, get some lunch. And then I would say start exploring the ship, but I'll let Mike talk in here in a minute, cause I'm saying a lot, but one of my biggest things I recommend, especially on that first night, is go to the show. Because I feel like you get a lot of good information from the cruise line director about like what the itinerary of the ship looks like what's going to happen the next day and all that. You get some really good updates when you go to the show. Plus the shows are unbelievable, but highly recommend that first night, because you do get a lot of information that might help you kind of plan and navigate the rest of your sailing.
So let me just jump in here. First of all, too, are you sailing with kids?
I am sailing with a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so now do you plan on having them being involved with any of the kids' activities, like in the clubs at all?
Exactly, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually on deck 2 with the intention of dropping them off as much as we can, as much as they'll let us.
So you're shooting it. So you basically are going to shoot them down that bad egg chute, which is the slide. No, just kidding. Well, I'm jealous because they get to go down a slide to the kids'
I'm
club.
hoping to ride it at least once.
For real, I know. It's like, dude, Disney, give the adults. Like the adults should go into the adult areas through a slide, like on the next ship. I mean, just Disney. Listen, the adults want this just as much. Anyway, no, but what Scott's saying, kind of to piggyback on that, because at the show, the cruise director kind of meets and greets everybody on a large scale because he has, 750 people in the big auditorium, kind of gives like just a lay of the land. So, what's going to happen on the cruise. It's crucially important for the kids to kind of be there the first day, the first night. They're going to have an open house at the youth activities. Go to the open house because the parents will be there. You'll meet the counselors. You'll get a really good tour of all the stuff they're going to get to do. The kids are more comfortable with you there. And then they're also going to be able to meet the other kids with their parents there. And you can kind of have a little bit of bonding going on. You might find some other kids from your part of the country, your part of the world. And then they feel more comfortable, like making friends. And then they're going to be more likely to engage in the youth activities, the kid activities throughout the cruise. And I think it'll go better for everybody. That's a huge tip. But if you don't do it immediately, what happens is a kid can kind of feel like an outsider because like other kids make those bonds like on that first
they've got the bond
day, and then it's kind of hard to like break in, right? It's kind of just like a summer camp or something. So it's super important that you go to the open house, I say, for folks that have kids.
Love it. And I've intentionally not planned very much on embarkation day, like no real other activities to allow time for during those organic moments to happen. But we're just so excited, and I'm a Disney World planning crazy person, and so going into a ship without like every minute outlined for me in advance is very foreign. Right.
But that's another great thing too. I was just thinking about Abigail though, like the adults in the group, especially like when you get on the ship, like figure out like the texting codes and all that, and like get yourself familiar with the app. Like make sure like you probably have the app already downloaded if you're a planner at Walt Disney World, because you're used to that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the app is really crucial. So get yourself familiar with the app because it's going to look different once you're on the ship than it does now. Because right now there's not a whole lot of things you can do in the app, but once you're on the ship, on there, connected and you're boarded, you'll be able to see like all the activities for like a lot of the week. So like that's something me and Mike and our families like to do, is because you don't know what we like the trivia events, so we don't know what all the trivias are going to be before the sailing. So we'll go through and we'll like flag a lot of the things so that we'll get reminded of them like when the times happen on 3 days from now. So we like to like highlight the things we want to do on that first day too. That way you're set up for success later on in this ship on the cruise.
Perfect.
Yeah, and also just real quick, just
putting my heart at ease.
So, a couple other quick things before you go, Abigail. Is one, that's also a great time to ride the Aqua Mouse. Real quick, if you rush through lunch, I mean, because you're going to eat again for dinner, so and you can go back and I mean, not that you ever want to rush through a meal, but that's going to be one of your shorter lines because most people aren't going to pack a bag with their swimsuits in them, and so if you do pack a day bag with your swimsuits, Aqua Mouse would be a good time to hit it right then when you get on the ship, because most people aren't going to know. And that gets you something to do. So you could do that and just walk around the ship and kind of familiarize yourself with it, because the ship is just gorgeous. It's a great time to take pictures of the ship too. And it'll give you an idea of, here's like where Hook's Barbary is. If somebody in your party wants to, partake in that later on, or here's where the adult areas are, here's where Tiana's Bayou is. Because the thing is, especially on the Wish, I mean, it can be tricky to know where things are. And the thing is, it's only probably you're on a 4-night or 3-night cruise.
We're on a 3-night.
Okay, so it's going to be crucial. You need to know the lay of the land, like ASAP, because you don't want to be like, oh man, I'm trying to find something and I thought it was forward and it's aft. Those ships are huge. Like it'll take you another 10 minutes to get where you go. just, and you know,
Exactly.
you just, it's good to know where you're going. And for, you know, you're a Disney geek, right? It's just fun to explore those ships. There's so many good touches. It's so fun. But yeah, that's a great time because, you know, then you, as soon as they bust down the, you know, the barriers and you can go to your stateroom at 2 or 3 o'clock, whatever time they turn everybody loose for that, that's an exciting time. You'd see your room, and then, you know, before you know it, it's time for dinner, time for the show. And, you know, everybody's dancing at after dinner, and it's just a good time from then on. But yeah, it's an exciting time, but it is kind of chaos that first day. But you know, the thing is, I hear what you're saying though. You want to have a plan all the time because you're a Disney planner. So Scott's the same way, I think. Like Scott's very much that way too. But the joy of a cruise is you don't have to be that way. It's hard to kind of flip that switch, but there's a beauty in it too. You just got to kind of let go and just let Disney Cruise Line take over and just like let it come to you. When you do, it's going to be a good time.
I love that. I'm super open to it. Like you say, it's just a very foreign feeling.
It's hard, I know.
Going in.
You're like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna. The only thing I got this little navigator app, and all I'm doing is like hearting a couple like trivia things. And you know,
no, I can see Abigail though, Mike, because with the 3 and the 6-year-old, like just hearting all the character meet and greets. Because if your kids are anything like how my kid was at that age, like we love character meet and greets, and this is the best place to do it. I think is on a Disney cruise. There's so many opportunities everywhere.
Yeah, bring autograph books if your kids are into that, because those characters will be everywhere on the ship.
I can't wait. I'm just beyond excited. It'll be such a neat adventure for somebody who's gone to Disney World so many times to have
my God.
Sort of a fresh experience.
It's wild. I mean, to me, there's no better Disney vacation than a Disney cruise. I love it. Like we're going on the Fantasy this summer, and I'm losing my mind already. I can't wait. We're going in July. And I just, because I've never been to the Eastern Caribbean. I've done the Western Caribbean 3 times. So we're going to a new place. And I picked this itinerary because it's got 3 sea days, because sea days are my favorite. Like I just like being on the boat. And so sign me up. Like, you know, because like Scott said, I like playing trivia. I like all the dumb, you know, small things that they do on the cruise. You know,
you like having an old fashioned every now and then too, Mike.
I do, you know, because I don't even do that in real life because I don't know how to make them. I'm terrible. But, you know, I just like, you know, they taught us how to make the towel animals one time. I took a class in that. I'm like, I'm never going to do it at home. Awesome. Yeah, it was fun. So
Abigail, I have a question for you though. Are you, since you're a big Walt Disney World fan, are you tying this into a Walt Disney World vacation? Like, are you gonna what's the plan after the cruise? Because that's like, you've heard me and Mike probably say this on the podcast. This is one of the most painful things when you have to leave that ship, just when you're getting familiar with it and everything too, and then they kick you off. So, what's the plan after the cruise?
I know. I don't know whether I'm doing it the right way or the wrong way, but it's just the way I'm doing it, which is to do a pre-trip. So we're kind of getting all of our park time out of our system, all of our sort of Disney time. We're staying there a few days before a cruise, hitting up Epcot and Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, and then we take off and we just veg out and take in the, you know, Caribbean skyline as we float through the sea. So we're doing that for 4 days, three park days, 4 days before we go.
I like it. You know, a lot of people do that. I mean, I like doing both, honestly, a little bit. But like, I hear a lot of great things, and there are great benefits for doing that first, because then you can just relax on the ship, you know. And there's something so nice about going hard at the parks and then just relaxing once you board the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of like resting my feet on on the cruise for a little bit versus having to, you know, clock in those 20,000 steps a day.
You may surprise yourself how much you walk on that ship, though. A little bit.
You do walk a lot on the ship. I mean, it's like walking Animal Kingdom or Epcot, but it's more than you'd think.
Oh, well, I'm up for it. It'll be an awesome adventure. And thank you guys for the advice on the embarkation day. I'm sort of, you know, fish out of water on this one. So it'll be a great adventure.
So when are you sailing?
First week of April.
Oh man, awesome. Give us a call back when you get. I can't wait to hear what you think. So
I'll be leaving Walt Disney World at the 31st. So we might cross paths, we might not, but it'll be close.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I hope we get good weather. I hope it's not too brutally hot by then. Maybe we'll get the tail end of some mild weather. We'll see.
All right. Well, have a good time, Abigail. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
See
Take
ya.
care, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Mike, can I address the quick question in the chat about tipping?
Yeah,
Since
that's
that was
what
a
we
cruise
get to
call.
because Lisa and Troy has a follow-up.
Yeah. So
go ahead and read it though, so people can know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah. So basically asking like, is it okay to just tip with like the preset gratuities, like, or should you feel pressure like adding more tips to, like your serving team or your stateroom host? And I say, this is just my 2 cents. And I think Mike, you kind of agree with me on this. Like the preset gratuities are totally fine. They're really good. They're already set. Like they're good amount of gratuities for those hardworking cast members. But I do bring extra just in case if my serving team like goes above and beyond or does something spectacular. And I'm not going to lie here, my stateroom host is always fantastic. So I always bring extra for them, just knowing that I'm going to pay them, because I think it's the hardest working cast member there is across all Disney platforms. So I do like to bring extra, but I want you to feel like there is no pressure at all, and with the preset gratuities, you can just actually put those in the envelope even too, if you don't want to, or you can just like not hand them to them because like it's already charged to your credit card on file. But I don't think it hurts to bring some smaller bills or whatever you're comfortable with, but there is no pressure, but just whatever you're comfortable with. If a cast member does a great job, definitely reward them for that great service.
Yeah. So kind of following up on what Scott said. So what happens is so if you do your gratuity, and it does kind of back it up here. If you don't pay, so she says, tell me if $100 a piece is sufficient. Yeah. Yes. Because I'm trying to think. It depends on the length of your cruise.
The length of your cruise.
Because
there's like a daily kind of charge for each.
If you Google Disney Cruise Line prepaid gratuities, and it'll tell you how much each person should get per night of your cruise, and then you can multiply that times length of your cruise. I'll tell you if that's sufficient. So Lisa, do that, and you can make the calculation of 100 per person's enough. But that again, because I forget how long your cruise is, because I know I'm helping her with it. But on the air, I can't think how long her cruise is.
Right.
But here's the thing. So you're gonna pay gratuities no matter what with Disney Cruise Line. You can prepay them. The only difference is if you prepay them, it's gonna hit your credit card like early. If you don't prepay them, what happens is it's charged to your onboard account the first night of your cruise. So your serving team, your stateroom host or hostess is going to get the gratuity either way. They're going to get a gratuity. So they're set, and it's a set amount. I think it's like $14.50 per guest per night. So it's something in that ballpark. And like Scott said, it goes in automatically to their account. Like it's sent electronically to each worker's account. So there's really even if you were not to give them anything physically, they still get their money. But because of how things worked symbolically in the past, like 15, 20 years ago, the last night of your cruise, you will get envelopes and you will get this like kind of, I don't know what, like tack board or kind of like
perforated like paper,
paper. And you can tear off these strips, and one strip will be for the head waiter. One strip will be for the head server. One will be for the assistant waiter. And then you can fold it up, put it inside the envelope for each person, and you can hand it to them at dinner that night and thank them for their service. Now, like Scott said, this is a great opportunity for outstanding service in that envelope. Besides the little thing that you can put in there that denotes that you've prepaid your gratuities, which doesn't matter because everybody has, obviously, but we still hand it. And you've got kids that get a kick out of handing it to them. Mallory used to love doing that. But you could also slide a 20 or a 30 or whatever you want in there in addition to the tab, because I think they really enjoy cash, right? Because they could use that immediately and use it for whatever they want. So that's kind of a way to additionally thank them for above and beyond service. So that's where I'd slide that in. I give them the envelope with the perforated sheet and then slide a little cash in there for above and beyond outstanding service is what I would do.
Yep, perfectly said, Mike. And like I would just say for me, I always bring cash that in like lots of different denominations because I don't know how great they're going to be. I usually have a good idea because I will say the Disney cast, especially on a Disney cruise, they are just outstanding. They are just so awesome. So I like to give them a little extra, especially the one that does your room, the stateroom host. Like again, they're the hardest working person I've ever met for Disney, and I go very well over beyond for them because they're just incredible. They're magicians. They really are.
They're like, because they're in and they're out and you never see them. Like in your room is like totally transformed because You know, we're in there, we're destroying it, trying to get ready for dinner.
I always want to bring them home. Like when they do like the cables, the iPhone cables too, like how they like tie those up.
Because they bring in the little ties and everything. Everything like, dude,
what are you doing?
It's like an Apple store in here now. Because I mean, we have a lot of cables, right? I got basically I have two teen, you know, it was like I had two teen daughters and my wife and myself. Like, I mean, we had more cables in an Apple store for a while there, and they just Velcro and everything was so neat. I'm like, dude, don't anybody touch anything. It looks perfect.
Another thing about tipping that we didn't touch about. So that's like your preset one. So if you go to like any of the lounges and order a drink or whatever, those are gratuity based jobs and roles too.
Yep.
So one thing to note. So when you order something at like at a bar of some sort, there is a preset gratuity on your bill. So kind of look at that. Like, so say you order like a $10 cocktail and they might charge you like $11.50 or what. I don't know what the percentage is, but there is something already built into that. So just know that. And again, you're more than welcome to add a couple more bucks to whatever that is. Like if you're having a good conversation with them. I know I met some great people at Tiana's Bayou where I was giving way more than beyond because they were awesome. They were just great. Like they're like friends, you know, at some point. And that's how a lot of those people are in Disney Cruise Line. But I just want to make that note that there is something built in already to the price when you purchase something, but there's always room to add something extra for great service.
Well, too, and let me see here. Hang on.
We're turning this into the cruise tip show. And Mike's doing a little show and tell here. What do you got? Oh yeah, I like what you got there.
Because we have video. So don't forget, we always have video at youtube.com/BRGuestPodcast. Every show has full videos. So make sure to check that out because I'd never talk about that here on the show very much. But you know, when you tip your bartenders, well, sometimes they will go above and beyond. And this drink did come with this coaster, but it's a cool 25th anniversary Disney Cruise Line coaster that you got with this special drink. But I mean, he had to go chase this down at another bar. And I mean, you know, you take care of your bartenders, they take care of you. So
absolutely.
You gotta know how to do things. And it's a back scratcher. Scratch somebody's back, they scratch your back. That's kind of how service industry works. Okay, question from Krista. Any tips on getting into the Disneyland Halloween races on February 13th? I really want to do the 10K. Those things are hard.
Just get in there early. And what we always say, have as many devices that you have, iPads, iPhones, laptops, desktops, whatever, as many devices as you have them up and running and maybe have a couple different web browsers. That's about all I can really suggest, and just hope that you're in there early and that you are selected. It's just kind of random.
Yeah, because I mean, I wish I had tips because I didn't get in the Dumbo Double Dare last year. I just only got in the half, and that was the easiest one. I mean, I was glad to just get in the half, and then you got me months later into the 10K, but I didn't get the Dumbo medal because I didn't get in it. So I'm not great at it, but just take what you can get. But the 10K is a great race out there. I'm not going for this one just because of the time of the year it is. It's football.
I mean, Emily's going to be a senior, and that's like their first football game of the year. So her first game, like, Mike, I'm going to have so many lasts like happening next year. And I'm already like crying about it.
I feel bad for you because that's going to be me like in the next year. Dude, you're just like, you're paving the way for me. Like, I'm going to be sad for you. And then I'm going to be sad because it's going to be me like 1 year later.
Oh. So we decided we're not really doing a lot of those things that we normally do because like I just don't want Emily to miss out on any lasts, you know. So.
Same. That's kind of why I'm not doing the stuff during the school year as much either. I mean, I've decided, I know I said that was my last one, but I have decided I'm going for the coast to coast next year again. I'm doing Dumbo.
He's already saying it, folks.
I'm doing Dopey and Dumbo again. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I've already committed.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm in.
Someone back on the tipping though, like maybe even slide a big tip early to a like bartender. Absolutely. Like, who knows? Like maybe they'll make that single into a double for you, you know? But I think but honestly, like it's fun talking to those cast members because like ask them about where they come from and all that. You learn so much on a Disney cruise just talking to cast members, I feel like. So definitely take the time and chat with them. They'll want to chat with you, especially if you're taking good care of them. They'll take care of you and stuff like that. So I remember Len Testa used to always say this all the time. Like, yeah, like give a fat tip early to a bartender that you like, and they'll take care of you.
I agree. And real quick, because we have a caller on the line, but here's the thing too. these bartenders, a lot of times on a cruise, are doing more than one thing. So they may be somebody that does something like a tasting later on, and like they're awesome. They have this awesome knowledge. They'll be basically teaching classes throughout the experience. Like you might be on a 5-night cruise, they may be teaching a bourbon class, like, you know, that night. And now you've kind of got to know them a little in the afternoon. They're teaching the bourbon class. You go to the bourbon class and like you have like a relationship with them. They slide you a couple extra tastings at the bourbon class. And like all of a sudden you're hanging out at their bar the next day. And you're like,
they hop at different bars too. So like you might think like, oh, I thought I see them at the Bayou, but like, no, they're at the hyperspace lounge or whatever. Like,
I mean, you're related by the third night of the cruise. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Like all of a sudden you're the bar back. It's crazy. Anyway, we have our next caller. Who's joining us?
Hi, Mike and Scotty G. This is Adam from Reading, Pennsylvania, and I have my daughter Addison with me as well.
Well, hey, Addison, and hey, Adam. Hey, thanks for calling in. Happy Sunday. Hi, Addison.
We Addison wanted us to call in tonight. We are going down roughly the end of March to celebrate her 10th birthday, and she wanted to get your advice on the best way to celebrate.
Double digits. You got to go big. I mean, shoot, she's almost in college.
No kidding.
I mean, we're both girl dads. We know how fast it goes.
Yes, it's going far too quickly.
We can attest. We were just talking about that. No, Scott. Okay, 10 years old. What do we need for Addison? What's a must? Like Stacy, what Stacy used to say, the must do's.
Yeah, 10 years old. I'm pretty sure I took Emily for her 10th birthday. Trying to think what we did. I mean, the must do obviously is the birthday button. You got to have the birthday button so that everyone wishes you happy birthday, Addison, because that's like the coolest thing, if you ask me, when people you don't even know are wishing you happy birthday. I think, Mike, I mean, as long as like you're like, you know, there's no dietary or allergy restrictions, I say get some ice cream. You got to have ice cream from like the plaza, right, Mike, on your birthday, or maybe from Beaches and Cream, somewhere cool, right?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as Addison likes ice cream.
As long as Addison likes ice cream, yes.
Gotta like ice cream. So Addison, what's your favorite ride? Or do you like ice cream? Is that cool? You gonna go for ice cream?
I like ice cream. My favorite ride is I really like Splash Mountain, but it's not there right now.
It'll be back soon, probably when you're 11.
My favorite ride is the Avatar ride, the Pandora one.
Yeah, Flight of Passage. You have to make sure you gotta do that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
Minnie.
Maybe. I don't know. This is a big get. This is a big ask because I don't know if I'd do it as a dad. It's expensive and I'm cheap. So my daughter would have to be super good. And I still don't know if I'd take her. But Chef Mickey's, you might be able to have a meal with Minnie.
Yeah. I was thinking Hollywood and Vine too.
Or Hollywood and Vine. That's another.
I actually went to Hollywood and Vine on my 30th birthday, Mike, and they sang to me.
Scott went on his 30th. You go on your 10th. You could do 1/3 of the time.
That's a good idea. We're DVC, so we've been down there. Addison, I think, has been down there almost as many times as she's been alive.
I love it.
And we did Hollywood and Vine. It's been a couple years since we did that, but that's a good idea.
Nice. I like it. So our dates might cross, Addison. So you're going to be there like the last week of March. Is that what I heard?
We're there the 20th, I think. It's
21st.
Thursday the 21st through whatever that Sunday is.
Okay. I'm there one day after you. I'm the 22nd to the 31st. So I'm going to be looking for a birthday button that says Addison. And if so, I'm going to have a gift. I'm going to have a gift for Addison. I'm going to bring it with me at all times. So I have it ready. I'm going to be on the lookout for Addison on this.
How about that? How about that? I like it.
There you go.
Scotty G.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're there the 21st through the 24th.
So now you're DVC. So where are you guys staying?
We're staying in Saratoga Springs.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Trying to think. You got it. So you definitely got to go over to Salt and Straw and get some ice cream over there.
Ooh, that's one we haven't done yet.
Yeah, they got some crazy flavors though. Addison, I don't know how adventurous you are. They have some weird flavors. But they also have some normal stuff. Like I
think we got to get a cake at some point too. Maybe since you're at Saratoga, maybe go over the amarettes and get one of those like nice little fun individual cakes.
That's
to
a good
celebrate
idea.
or a Gideon's cake if you want to go big.
Gideon,
She does like Gideon's.
That's a good place too.
Oh,
yeah.
we gotta do a Gideon's birthday cake.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Yeah, I think I need to go down and celebrate Addison
now and then.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the way this is going, I think I need to come down and celebrate Addison's birthday, and Scott's gonna already be there. I think we just need to just all be there. Call Ricky and Pam, and we just need to have a party.
Yeah, we'll just do a party.
Perfect, right?
We'll do a live podcast. We'll do a tribute episode. Addison will just be on and be our guest.
Live podcast for Addison's birthday.
Hey man, it's leaning that way if we're having all these sweets. You know me.
I have to see if I can find you on that Saturday though. That would be really. That would make my day if I can see Addison with a birthday button on that Saturday.
Well, we will make sure that she has one.
Okay, awesome.
That is awesome.
We're at Hollywood Studios that morning.
Nice.
Okay.
So, of the rides that are open, besides Splash Mountain, that was your favorite, and Tiana's is going to come back, relatively on short order. What's your favorite attraction you're looking forward to this trip?
I really like Tron.
Really nice. You're Daredevil. You already mentioned Flight of Passage. You like that? You do or don't like Tower Terror?
She doesn't.
Yeah, me neither. I'm too old for that stuff now. I don't need. If it went down once, I'd be good. But the up and down, up and down, up and down, I don't need all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you there. What about DD Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yeah.
There you go. I do that too. That's pretty fun.
I mean, my favorite over there is Slinky Dog Dad. I love Slinky Dog. There's something so much fun about that. Do you like that one, Addison?
Yeah, I do.
That's a good one. How about the Star Wars stuff? Do you like Rise of Resistance? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's gonna be a fun day at Hollywood Studios that Saturday. It sounds like lots of fun stuff to do.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, you just got to get to spring break, and then you'll be 10. You're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, but here's a
Double
tip,
digit.
Addison: don't grow up too fast for your dad. It wears your dad out. I'm telling you. You got to you gotta be easy on your dad.
Slow time down a little bit.
Yeah, slow down. Slow down.
Okay.
All right. Happy birthday a little bit early. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Have
We
a good
appreciate
night.
the call. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, I don't know if we can top that. We should probably call it a.
I think that's got to be a wrap, but that'll be hilarious if I run into Addison and her family.
Make it happen. You're going to be
I feel like I got to change some park reservations around. Make sure I go to the studios that Saturday now.
I mean, if you're at the studios, chances are not that.
You see everybody at the studios.
Well, kind of. It's not like Disneyland. I swear at Disneyland, we ran into everybody 10
Because
times.
there's 2 parks you can go to. That's the thing.
That's what I loved about the races. I got to say that. I don't know, like if we talked about that, but the races at Disneyland, I besides the courses and all that stuff, the half marathon course wasn't great, but it was fun. It was still fun. The second half wasn't. I didn't like running through Anaheim because people are like, oh, there's cars and there's the community groups.
It's not how it was, man. Like I know we talked about it.
Because I was like, I got oversold on that.
The cars just be a mile long. This time there's 20 Corvettes.
Okay, I want to talk to you about that because I was like, I think I got sold a bill of goods, man. There were like 10 cars. Like,
and we couldn't get in the Anaheim Stadium. Like that was always like a treat. And yeah. But anyway.
I still haven't talked to anybody about that because when I was running past that, I was like, everybody else's definition of a car show is way different than what I was thinking because it's like 10 cars and like a few people.
I don't know what happened, Mike. I just don't know. And all the tile shops that we saw, like it was so weird. Like
this isn't much to look at except for sunrise of those mountains when we were running by. That was pretty. That was really neat. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about, but anyway,
seeing people at
but that was the joy of it, right? Is that you kept running into each other throughout the weekend, which I loved. That was super cool. That's what I enjoyed the most.
It was super cool. Yeah.
So
it felt like you see that in Cruise Line. I know we talked a lot about Disney Cruise Line today, but like it is just so funny how often you see people. Like remember the year I got hypnotized and like we went to
Mallory talks about that to this day.
Yeah. What was it not Cancun, right? Or like is that where like what was
Cozumel.
Yeah, thank you. I knew Cancun was not right. And like you and I are just hanging in. This guy comes out of the cab and he's like, dude, you're the guy that got hypnotized last night. Like, even when you're like on the excursions, like you still run into the same people on the cruise. It's unbelievable when that happens.
Well, you are well known for that in Cozumel, and because we're the 2-time champs of the Amazing Race down there.
Yeah, we are. So we're just famous in Cozumel, basically.
Right. Anyway, we're going to jump out of here. We're going to have some great shows this week coming at you. Monday show, all about French Quarter. Great trip report with teens. So if you're heading down with teens, got some tips for that. Also, she is an experienced runner who comes on our show on Monday, gives tips for her. She did her first dopey experience, but she's qualified for Boston, so she knows her running. But she talked about how it was very different doing the dopey challenge for the first time. So that was kind of a fun trip report. So check that out on Monday's show. Of course, Wednesday will be listener questions. And on Friday, we talked about this last week. We are all going to champion one underrated restaurant at Walt Disney World and go to bat for it and say why this restaurant needs more love on social media, why more people need to go there and make it give it a chance. So that's what we're going to do on Friday. So check out that show and then give us some feedback. We'll probably talk about that in a couple of weeks, because next Sunday night, no live show. I'm going to have my brother and sister-in-law over. We're going to watch the game. I don't care who wins, but what's going to happen is we're going to have good food. We're going to enjoy the halftime show and the commercials and the football game, of course, because I love football. So we'll enjoy the thing and have a good time. But we know that you'll probably be having parties as well. So we'll be back in 2 weeks for the live call-in show. So hope you'll join us then. Scott, you guys doing anything for the Super Bowl?
No, we just hang out at my house, do Super Bowl squares and all that fun stuff. I have some side action on some stuff just to make it fun. Like who's going to score the first touchdown, just like a couple bucks, just things to make it more fun, especially this year because my team almost got there.
I know. That's the worst. I know, like the game after the game. I know that's we do the family square.
You know what? It was a heck of a season, man. The Lions gave me the best season of my life, and I couldn't be more prouder of our city.
That's how you got to see it. That's exactly right. I mean, you guys got to be right there. I mean, it's like a curse, though, right? It's like right there. Like it was such a good year. Oh, man.
It was the most Lions way to lose a game.
And the thing was, I wasn't even gonna bring this up, but you posted that like when the thing hit off the dude's helmet. I saw on Twitter. I was with you because I didn't post a thing. I didn't text you. I was trying not to say a word. I didn't post on social media because I did not want to be part of the curse. And when that thing hit off that guy's helmet, boom, and he caught it. Yeah. You were exactly right, because that's the most Mizzou thing in the world to happen. I've seen that with my teams, and I'm like, he's exactly right, dude. Something bad is going to happen, and it happened.
Yeah,
and I was like, you called your shot, man. I was like, oh.
You drop a pass on a big fourth down, and then 3 plays later, a ball bounces off a guy's face mask, and he catches it. They run in a touchdown, kickoff. Our next play, fumble. That is the life of a Lions fan, and
I know
it just happened on the most important game. But that's okay. Like I said, the way the city was this year, like we just backed it. I mean, there's a lot of bandwagon fans, I think, that joined, which is fine. It's whatever. But like us diehards have been there since their birth. Mm-hmm. It was a fun season. It was just unfortunate the way it ended, but that's all right. We got our coordinators back. I know this is a Disney podcast, but we are ready for next year. And so
no, I get it.
It was a good year.
When my dad was out there at the Rams for the playoffs, he even said like that Ford Field was crazy. Like he just kept talking about how loud it was. He's like, it was ridiculous. So shout out to your city. It was awesome. All right. So we're jumping out of here. We'll be back again 2 weeks from tonight for the live show. Of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll have the podcast for you. This replay will be on Thursday. Show's always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan a great vacation, just like Lisa, who's in the chat right now. We've helped her plan an awesome Disney cruise, and we're getting her a nice onboard credit to spend however she likes, unless it's on tips. We talked about tips tonight, but Lisa, if you use that onboard credit on tips, I'll find you. You cannot do that with my onboard credits because you got to have fun with them. That's my rule. It's not the Magic for Less rule. It's Mike Rallman's rule. You got to have fun. You can go buy souvenirs with it in the gift stores. You can use it for port adventures. You can use it for drinks, whatever you want, but don't use it for your tips. I'll find you. Have fun with it. We can also help you get great discounts. We did that on one of our Walt Disney World vacations. We just want to help you have a great trip, and our service is absolutely free to use. So just swing by themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. When you shop online, I bought a little handy phone holder last night. It's 7:00 last night. Didn't really need it, but it was 2 for $7. Couldn't resist. I'm such a sucker for Amazon ads. So now my phone will not be tipping over all night on my nightstand. Well, I'll try it out tonight. We'll see. I mean, 2 for $7. I mean, couldn't beat it. So I used the Amazon link. I probably made 7 cents. But if you could do that, it all adds up. It all probably adds up over the course of like 17 years. So brguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And then also, please, if you're a patron, we appreciate you so much. If you're not, we'd love to have you. $5 a month is all it takes. And you become basically part of Club BOGP. So come on over. You get the bonus show called Mike in the Midwest, patreon.com/BRGuestPodcast. Give Scott a follow on the Instagram, Twitter, and Threads this week at UpScott. I'm in the same places at Be Our Guest Mike. We'd love to talk to you throughout the week. And of course, we'll have all the shows for you. So we're going to jump out here and wish you a great Sunday night or a great Thursday here on the feed. So until we talk to you again, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
So next week, no. February 18th, yes. But February 25th, I will not be able to record that night, unfortunately.
February, hang on, sorry. Audition
You're
gave me
fine.
an error, but okay, I think I got it. Hopefully it'll save. Hang on, let me save this real quick because
Yeah,
audition.
you're fine.
Because I don't know what happened on my computer. Wait. Live show. Hopefully it saves.
This is a good show.
That was a good show. I do not know what happened though, because my computer totally locked out. The screens went black, and then when
Could
they
you hear me at all or no?
I could hear you, but I couldn't. Both of my screens were black, except for my MacBook, which my MacBook
man.
is totally on something. That's what Skype's running on.
That's
for
wild.
phone calls.
That's
We're
wild.
still live, so hang on. Let's see. Hang on. Let's try to save this.
Well, I know we're live.
Looks like it's saving. Yeah. So, but when they came back, when my screens came back on, now they're brighter. I mean, they're nicer.
Oh.
Like they're way nicer looking.
Got like a power boost of some sort. Like that's weird.
But yeah, like they were black for like 15 seconds, but I could hear you. But I was like,
Oh,
and
man.
then when they came back, they were frozen. Like I could, there was the video was on, but it wasn't moving. And like the recording wasn't moving. So there could be like a 10-second dead spot, but
Yeah.
it'll work. Okay. So what day?
The 25th, I can't. You're gonna laugh at this, but that's when my dad comes back from California, man. The guy is still out there.
He's living the life.
Yeah. So
Taking an Uber back.
take an Uber back, yeah. So I'm going to be picking him up, and it's like right around the time of the podcast, unfortunately.
Was he having a good time though?
Yeah, man. Like he's having a really good. They went to Vegas for like a few nights, and then he's loving it.
That's good.
I told my brother today, man. Like it's February 25th right now, but don't be surprised if he bumps that out.
That's good though. Your dad was awesome. I wish I could have hung out with him more.
I know, yeah. It was kind of a weird day. Like I know. And it was weird because that was the first time I met that lady he was with too. So like, it was just I don't know. I think it worked out pretty good having the big group, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but I didn't like hardly talk to him. I felt like, or like you. I know you want to talk to him a little bit, but you were so kind to him. And he had so many great things to say about you.
Well, I felt bad because I knew you guys wanted to hang, and like know, it was. I mean, like it's hard in a theme park, right?
Yeah, it was. I think it worked out great. I think the dynamic was really good because everyone would kind of like go in and out of different conversations.
He would have got on well with my dad. I was wishing my dad's game would have been in LA.
Wouldn't that have been amazing?
Like we could have all done that. That'd have been super cool. Because my dad's
would have met each other.
My dad's never been to Disneyland. Like he just talks about driving past it a couple times.
Yeah, that'd been cool.
I want to take him there. Yeah, but
sometime it was a cool moment for me. Yeah, like just hanging out with my dad at Disneyland. Like it was awesome.
I agree. Well, we'll make it maybe next year. Well,
there you go.
I'll do it. All right. Well, I'll cut you loose. And
right.
So I don't know if Pam is available tomorrow night. She says, I don't know. I'll text her.
Not, I know you sent out the back call.
I'll probably send out tonight because who knows what she's doing. All right. I'll see you.
Sounds good. Have a good night, everybody.
See you, buddy. Bye.